Welcome, welcome. Last day of our challenge. Here we are. We're getting ready to go live in the Facebook group, getting that last piece. Hello from Switzerland. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. This is going to be an awesome last day. Beautiful. Good morning, good evening. Beautiful, beautiful. Sunny California, I am jealous. We are having a very blustery winter here in Utah. Hello from India. Beautiful. Okay, guys, we are here. We're like in the last day. Can you believe it? Can you believe you guys have just stuck with us every single day? I know many of you have been watching the recordings. I had a very dear neighbor of mine that was telling me she's been listening to it every day after work. So I'm loving. So many of you have been reaching out personally and saying wonderful things. So I appreciate you and I'm grateful that you're here. So we wanted to just talk about a few things as we get going. So there have been lots of questions. Many of you were trying to get those fast action bonuses when we opened our doors to our coaching program yesterday. And there were some issues with the checkout. All of those were fixed within the hour. However, we know many of you haven't gone back to check after that. So know that that was all resolved within the hour. So the checkout process should completely work for you. We also know that those fast action bonuses, especially if you're here in the US, remember that those are all manually put together and sent to you. So please be patient with us. We are tracking everyone that comes in, but just know that it may take a little bit for us to assemble those and ship them out to all of you. And obviously those that are international, you'll be receiving those digital versions for that. Another announcement is that right after the challenge today, after our training today, after our group process today, at noon Mountain Time, I'm going to hop on and do just a Facebook Live in the group to answer any more questions that you have about the coaching program, because we know that there have been lots that have coming in, and I want to make sure that I'm answering the ones that that you need. Sometimes you just need a little bit more with that. And we were not going to announce this until Saturday, and you will get notification of this, but also on Monday, I'm going to pop on and do a bonus call to answer even more questions, specifically more about the breakthrough process and any about the coaching course. So know that those are both there, and then we will try to grab as many of those frequently asked questions for you to have there. So you'll be able to answer those questions in the comment there, and you'll be able to see the answers. There's just so many of you, and a lot of those same questions are coming in. So we just want to address those out the gate. So with that, like, how many of you, I've seen how many of you looked at that course, and how many of you are excited about that and have looked through that and seen all that is entailed in that. It's incredible to see that 65 of you have already said yes and are joining us. And we're looking forward to having many more of you come in there. Yay. Okay. So let's get going in with our giveaway today. Just so you know, we're reminding you that for today's giveaway, we are doing we're doing scholarships. We're giving away 2 full scholarships, and we are not announcing that until the end. We want to make sure we have time to get through our group breakthrough process today. And we also need to ensure that the 2 people that were chosen at random are here and will stay with us to the end. So So know that that is coming, that we've got both of those scholarships already. We already know who those people are. And we don't, Andrea does, who's the one that is picked them randomly. So that is coming up, and that is all based on just reminding you that yes, doors are open for our coaching certification program. And many of you, some of the biggest questions that we were getting around this was what is entailed, and if I sign up for this, what's entailed with me? Like, what am I signing up for basically? Like, what do I have to do to get certified? So we just wanted to quickly just show you at a glance some of those requirements to go towards your certification the certification checklist. So the first one here is to get prepared with essential oils, right? You can't be a coach unless you've got some. So that's simple enough. And we also try to get those sample vials many times. We're working with clients that don't have oils yet. So we like to have vial samples that we can send them home with so they can have that till they can get oils into their home. And then of course, to go through the coaching course, and then to get acquainted and have some of those Essential Emotions tools. You definitely need the book or the app, right? And that worksheet so that you can be able to do that. And then these are just some of those optional tools that you can also have that you heard from many people in the past few days of how they're using the mood wheel or the feelings guide or those insight cards and the class handout. So those are all optional tools that you can have that might be able to help you as well. But again, those are optional. And then just acquainting yourself with the emotions guide section in the Essential Emotions book. That's the intro part in the Essential Emotions book. And then reading through the coaching guide, reviewing the resources section. There were some other questions of people saying like, oh my gosh, I'm not a therapist. I'm not a coach. I'm glad this question came up because it's something I don't think that I fully addressed this week. And I want to make it really clear because this is what's really exciting about this work. So I feel like a lot of, I want to hear in the chat, how many of you were maybe initially really intimidated to talk to people about emotions and using oils for their emotions? Just put in the chat if that was you. Okay, getting some nopes, but a lot of yes and me's. So yeah, I was that way too. I don't have a psychology degree. I am not a licensed therapist. So I get it. It's like this piece of like, who am I? Like, can I go there? Can I talk, But the thing that is about this is why we created this course. This is why we wanted to do this. This coaching certification is giving you the confidence and that knowledge base of the science, right? That helps build the confidence, but then also just some basic skills in allowing yourself to see yourself not as a therapist, because that is not what we do. In fact, we have a disclaimer right at the beginning when we work with our clients that says that. We are not a therapist. We only guide people to their own knowings. And this whole breakthrough process, as you'll experience today and what you saw on day 3, that is all that it is doing. It's guiding. I call myself a midwife. I am just there. I'm not doing the work, right? I am just there to ask the questions, to be a witness, and to offer the support in the way that it is designed to go throughout that breakthrough process. And we address this in the course, we address this in our trainings. If there are certainly times where it is out of our scope as coaches, and we refer. So that is what this resource section is about, is when we refer out, and just some of those pieces in there. And then we just complete 10 coaching sessions. You want to do that with 3 different individuals. And then you will need to just submit one of those as a recording. So we can see like, you know what you're doing and you know how to do a session. And so and you have to obviously get the client's permission to do that. And then it's at least attending one of our live calls or watching one of the recordings so that you can see what that demo is. And then this is an important piece, and that is to receive 3 breakthrough sessions for yourself. Again, I did mention this yesterday, but this is a very important piece because this allows you to understand what it's like to be in that client seat. And for you to see the value in this process even more, again, building your confidence when you go through this process yourself. And when you receive that at least 3 times, you will be amazed at how much your confidence will boost. And you're like, oh my word, I'm so excited. I know how to do this, and I'm going to be helping people with this. Upon completing that checklist is when you will just submit. So once you've done all this, then you just submit it and we review that and you become a certified coach. So hopefully that answered that. That was like the bulk of the questions we were getting. So that's what that is. Okay. So reminding you that for this challenge, our challenge special price is $497. And you have 3 different payment options, you guys. You can pay full, you can pay a 2-payment plan or a 3-payment plan. So there are options there. And here's where you go. And this is the promo code, reminding you that you please, if someone invited you to this challenge, and they have a unique link where they can, that they will send you for that. So if you haven't gotten that already, reach out to them so that they send you their unique link. But if you came in because you saw us on social media or in our Essential Emotions training Facebook group or in any other place, you can use this general one. And also reminding you those fast action bonuses. So these 2 bonuses, the muscle testing workshop, that money breakthrough call, that comes with the course. So those are just bonuses that you have access to in the course. These fast action bonuses, the app, the feelings guide, mood wheel, and the coaching binder or that coaching pouch, those are separate. Those are just until tonight, Friday, at midnight Mountain Time. So that's when those will expire for that. Remember at the checkout to just fill in whether you have an iPhone or an Android so that we can make sure to send you that code for the correct one. And also if you want a binder or a pouch, that's another thing that you can add into there. But really understand that we can only do physical delivery of these. So the physical, tangible aspects of these can only be in the US. But if you are international, we will send you all of those in the digital form, except for the mood wheel. That's one thing we can't do digital. So these are limited quantity. So when they sell out, they sell out. And so if you're wanting those, then you can get that there. Okay, so the doors completely close. Outside of those bonuses, doors again completely close next Thursday, February 22nd, 9 p.m. Mountain Time. So if you're wanting to do this and if you're wanting to grab some of your friends or team members to do this with you, make sure that they do that before 9 p.m. Mountain Time. Okay, so again, those scholarships are going to come for that full program. We're doing that at the end of our breakthrough process. So we also wanted to point out a few other things that we failed to mention for other things of support. Our team, there were a lot of questions and there was some chatter about some of these things. So we wanted to make sure that you guys understood. So for everyone, we have this Facebook group community It's got over 26,000 members. It's called Essential Emotions Facebook Essential Emotions Training. It's a Facebook group. There's a lot of professionals in there, a lot of people that are just really keen on the emotional aspect. So that QR code there can take you into that Facebook group. And we do also offer trainings. So we have trainings around different doTERRA like convention times or leadership times all over the world. So you can go to essentialemotions.com and click on the events tab and see all of the different trainings that we offer there. And then for our coaches, when you become a coach, you get the coaching tools, the certification, but we also do have our own little coaches community, which I've talked about already. But this annual retreat is what people, oh, let me talk about this one before I get to the retreat. And Natalie, now that you're on, maybe you can talk about this because this is held in Natalie's house.
Yeah, this is just for those of you that feel like, oh, I think it's awesome that you have this available online, but I'm an in-person kind of person. I'm an in-person girl. This is one way that you can do the online course and have access to it. But this one-day training allows us to just come together and you can bring questions forward. We're doing a live demo. We're talking through things and just rumbling with it a little bit more, right? So this year we have 2 more dates for that coming up, March 21st and July 18th. And I'm sure we'll do one more sometime fall, winter. So that is just, if you want to come for that one-day event, you can sign up for that at events and you can just decide that later on, right? But know that that's an option for you. It's $99 if you want to come for the day. And we eat together, share together, and just, it could be even a whole refresher course for you to go a little deeper.
Yeah, sometimes it's just nice to be in person, right? Their house is gorgeous, like beyond beautiful. It's a masterpiece. It's so fun to go through and to their amazing hosts, the Goddards. So that in of itself and the love that they have in their home is just great to witness and be a part of. So that leads us to our coaches retreat. So last year was our first one, so it was a hit. That I even have my swag from last year on, I'm representing. But we have this coaches retreat that we do also at the Goddard's home. This is in Utah. It's literally, the city is called Alpine. It's in the Alpine Mountains of Utah. It's just breathtaking mountain resort views. And this is May 2nd through the 4th, this one that is coming up. You can register here, so you can just take a screenshot of this and maybe Sharon, we can put that link also in the chat, which you probably did already. But this is just an option for those that, again, want maybe to go a little bit deeper. We offer a lot more deep dive, I would say. We do one-on-one sessions, we do group sessions, we do a lot of yummy food. We have like some Joe, who's this amazing yoga. I don't even know how to describe her. She's like
ninja. She is totally ninja.
Yes,
but
she is a ninja.
It's amazing how together we experience this, up leveling that happens. It's a few days of healing and coming together. We're doing our own work so that we can go out as coaches to do the work with others and help them up level.
We only have 30 spots available for this because, as you know, we try to keep this to be an intimate group so we can have more of that hands-on intimacy with that. So if that is something that interests you, I would advise you do that sooner than later. One other thing we failed to mention is that when you become a coach, you get the app. This is outside of the fast start or the fast action bonus. Those fast action bonuses is the normal app, but as a coach, you get the upgraded app. And I wanted to make sure you really understood the differentiation here. The upgraded app has the breakthrough process, the breakthrough worksheet in the app. It also has the full oil descriptions like that are in the book, is in this upgraded app as well. So when you become a coach, you get this for free. And then if you want to extend that, it is $60 to be able to get that moving forward. But we gift that to you for your first year for free when you become a coach. Okay, whew, got all that out of the way. There was so much. I'm so glad I got it in this time. I thought it would take a lot longer. So I'm so glad because we have plenty of time to be able to take you through a group breakthrough process. And how we're going to do this. So when we do, I've done many group breakthrough processes, and we've done them as a team. We've done them many different ways. And what we felt like for today, the way that we wanted to do today's group breakthrough process is we wanted to choose someone who would be willing to volunteer. That would be sort of the example and the demo as everyone else is going through the process as well. Because what we have found when we do it that way, it's one of my favorite ways to do a group breakthrough process, because that allows people to, when they're going through, and hopefully you guys have printed out your worksheets, but when you're going through this yourself, it's nice to kind of have someone there as an example to be like, ooh, yeah, I resonate with that, or, oh, I see how she went through that. And it allows you to actually be able to do it a little bit easier. So, so that's how we're going to do this for today. And, so if you are interested, I'm already seeing a lot of the me's. So yeah, if you would like to volunteer, go ahead and, just do a thumbs up, or me, or I want to volunteer. So, so that we can see that. And Natalie is going to choose that in her wisdom and intuition to decide that. So give us one moment as we feel into that. And as we are doing that, just reorient yourself with this and make sure that you have printed out this as well. We want to have that breakthrough worksheet. And if you haven't printed it out, don't worry. You'll be able to, if you grab even a piece of paper, just to capture the things, we'll still take you through it. Okay, looks like we found our
Perfect.
person. So before we announce them, again, grab the oils, grab your worksheet. This is everyone. Make sure your space is quiet. Get into a good space so that you can really take this opportunity to get reflective, to get quiet. And we also ask you to be really open. What can we do in order to be more open and curious? Ask yourself that. What can I do so that I can be more open and curious throughout this process? Because when we're curious, we don't attach judgment, which is really, really needed. So, okay. Also, you can choose to participate or observe. We, of course, recommend the full participating because that is where you're really going to see the magic there. So we are going to have Carrie McCoy be our volunteer. So our team is getting her ready.
I have already highlighted you, Carrie. So just come on your camera. And I love your invitation, Robin, of just, we want you to see this in Carrie's life, and we want to go deep right there. And we can each participate in this. So claim all of this for yourself as we go through this process. Be filling out those answers. Be answering those questions to yourself as well. And you'll come out with some amazing takeaways.
Beautiful. So, Carrie, thank you for volunteering. And I just want to make sure before I do that, just to set some safety and parameters around this. So I first want to ask you, Carrie, if you are okay with and understand that I'm going to take you through a breakthrough process and that all these people are watching that.
Yes, I am okay and open and ready.
Awesome. And then I want to ask our audience here, I need everyone actually to put in the chat a thumbs up that everything we discuss that I am talking with Carrie about, and Carrie is being in an open, vulnerable, truthful, authentic state, that nothing is recorded or spoken about outside of this today. Great. And if you are watching this recording as a challenge participant later, that you also understand that this is not to be shared with anyone outside of this. Great. And Carrie, I just want to reiterate that anything that you share, I hold confidential, and that this is an open and a safe space. And anything that you need in this moment for yourself before we begin.
I think I'm good. I think I'm ready.
Okay. So I want to ask, do you have oils next to you?
I do.
Okay. Do you have your worksheet next to you?
Small challenge. We ran out of printer paper, so I wasn't able to
Okay.
print it.
It's all good. We'll be
Okay.
capturing that. Just grab a piece of paper and make sure you're grabbing your notes for that.
Got it.
Beautiful. Okay. And I can't count all the audience, but everyone is in agreement that they will hold this in confidentiality. Okay, so I just want to say to the group as well, I'm going to shift gears here. So I'm going to go out of trainer mode and I'm going to go to coach mode with Carrie. So as I am going through this coaching with Carrie, I want to make sure that you guys understand that we'll have prompts of where we're at in that breakthrough process. And so you are responsible for you at this point of just following along as I go along with Carrie, but you are answering those questions for yourself. And I also want to preface here, and maybe I need to make sure you're okay. I do need to make sure you're okay with this, Carrie. So because this is a great group breakthrough process, we wanted to actually collectively choose an emotion that most people here in the challenge resonated with.
Okay.
And as we looked at all of the emotions that people wrote about the emotion that they wanted to process for today,
Yeah.
vast majority, the top 4 answers were self-doubt, inadequacy, kind of like the unworthy inadequacy aspect, fear, and guilt. So those were like the top things. There were lots, but those were the overarching, and said in sort of different ways as people were expressing their thoughts or their beliefs. It was kind of fell in that. So as Natalie and I were really like feeling into this, and in today, we both unanimously came to the emotion of insecure, is what we felt was
Right.
really dropped into it, that all of those emotions. And maybe people in the chat, if you agree with that insecure kind of encompasses a lot of that. And if you can resonate with that as a group, go ahead and do, I'm seeing hearts, I'm seeing thumbs up, agree, yes, 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 totally. Great. Okay. Yay. Okay. We felt that. And as we kind of dialed into you guys, we were seeing that. So as a group and Carrie, we're going to, if everyone is okay with that, we're going to process through that feeling of insecurity, which is
Okay.
riddled in a lot of that self-doubt, those inadequacies. I'm not good enough. I'm not doing this the right way. All of that in the insecure. Do you resonate with that, Carrie?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, yeah, hit the nail
Okay.
on the head. Let's
Okay.
go. Yeah.
Great. Great. Okay, perfect. So as we go into this, okay. So our first start with this, Carrie, is we've already kind of identified the emotion for you here, but so this is where we're going to, if we're going on your worksheet, Carrie, or if you want to just jot down this top emotion we're going to be processing right now is insecure. And we are then going to go to our book. And do you have this book with you? If you don't, it's okay because we have
Yep.
it.
I'm good to go.
Great. So we're gonna look up that emotion in that emotions guide portion of your book. And so that we can get the oils. So go ahead and let me know when you have found that in your book.
I have it.
Great. So you'll see here with that at the top, we're gonna identify what the oils are first. So at the top, you'll see all of these oils that are listed there. And again, because of time, we chose 2 oils for you, Carrie.
Okay. That's good.
So these 2, again, we felt collectively represented the full group. And so since you're sort of like our proxy, and also I'm going to be individually doing this for you,
Yeah.
we went ahead and riddled that down. But most of the time I would be asking you, which one stands out to you.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll ask that actually before I even say what the oils are. Are there any that stand out to you just looking at these options?
Bergamot, but beautiful is really like the name is popping out at me. So I would say beautiful or bergamot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we got 1 out of 2 of those. So we're going with bergamot and we're going with citrus bliss.
Okay.
So I'm going to just so now we're in the section of this process where we're going to read through. I'm going to have you read through those oil descriptions and then we'll go from there. So starting with bergamot, you can either read it here or read it in your book, but just take a moment to read through that oil description of bergamot.
Do you want me to read it out loud?
If you would like, or you can read it silently. It's whatever you're drawn to.
Okay. I'm going to read it out loud.
Okay.
Helps me process a little bit easier.
Right.
Bergamot relieves feelings of despair, self-judgment, and low self-esteem. It supports individuals in need of self-acceptance and self-love. Bergamot invites individuals to see life with more optimism. Bergamot has a cleansing effect on stagnant feelings and limiting beliefs. Because of core beliefs of being bad, unlovable, and not good enough, they seek to hide behind a facade of cheerfulness. That's resonating. They may fear revealing their true thoughts and feelings. Bergamot's powerful cleansing properties generate movement in the energy system, which in turn brings hope. In this way, bergamot is wonderful for those who feel down and hopeless. It awakens the soul to hope and offers courage to share the inner self. Reigniting optimism and confidence in the self, it imparts true self-acceptance. Bergamo teaches individuals to let go of self-judgment by learning to love themselves unconditionally.
All right, so you already kind of said one of the things that sort of resonated. Were there, after when reading through that, were there any spots that resonated with, that stood out? Any phrases perhaps, or anywhere where you felt physical twinges, any sensations, anything that stood out from that?
So my first little response was they seek to hide behind a facade of cheerfulness. So I feel that that is a thing for me. And then the other one was Bergamo is wonderful for those who feel down and hopeless. So hopeless has been unfortunately resonating with me for some time now. So those two things I would say pop out the most.
Okay. Great. And let's now just read Citrus Bliss so we can see which one of these maybe stands out more as the VIP for you than another.
Okay. Citrus Bliss acts as a powerful fire starter. It returns motivation and driving when lacking. These oils are wonderful for addressing lethargy, discouragement, despondency, or a low will to live. When the soul has lost its connection to the magic in life, this blend helps restore the spark. Citrus Bliss also inspires creativity. Every soul has a need to create. This blend inspires creative expression by reconnecting individuals with their inner child and their natural creative sense. It assists individuals in living abundantly and spontaneously and encourages play and excitement. Citrus Bliss can motivate individuals to use their true creative power by letting go of the old limitations and insecurities. It takes courage to put oneself out there artistically. Citruses bring color and imagination to one's life. This combination of oils restores confidence in oneself and in one's creation. Citrus Bliss rekindles the fire of the personality and fills the heart with creativity and joy.
Okay, so any pieces that stood out there for you in that description?
Just reading that first line, I felt a different sense of power. And then second paragraph, it says Citrus Bliss can motivate individuals their true creative power by letting go of old limitations and insecurities. That one hits home. First line or second line returns motivation and drive when lacking. That resonates pretty strong too.
Okay, so if we were to kind of look at both of these, what you read with Bergamo, what you read with Citrus Bliss, is there one of those oils that sort of rises to the top for you, or that you feel more of a connection with?
I think Citrus Bliss.
I'm feeling that too for you.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you are going to go ahead and jot that one down, so or star it or circle the one that you're going to go with. And we could do both, just so you know. You could do both Bergamo and Citrus Bliss, but I kind of like to hone in and focus on one when we can.
Yeah.
So now we're going to come back to your emotion of insecure. Back to that part, and we're going to now go to that down arrow that you see there, and we're going to dig a little bit deeper with this. So what the questions that are here. You can ask those yourself. Why have I lost confidence?
Here
You
comes
can
the tears.
Great.
Do you want me to answer those out loud or just to myself, or?
What feels right for you to do?
I'm open and vulnerable and transparent, so I, being the proxy, will talk out loud.
Beautiful.
So the first one, why I have lost confidence. Whew. um, October of 2022. We had my grandma's 90th birthday party, not to tell a big long story, just so you have context. And that following Sunday, we invited some family members to church. We then followed up with lunch at our home. We had about 30, 40 people at our home. We had two large dogs. They were cane corsos, also known as Italian Mastiffs. And we had them in our kennels because there were so many people, and they're big energy. And so one of my cousins wanted to see the dogs. She's a rancher and she lives in Montana. I said, cool, you can see the dogs, but we'll wait till before you leave and we'll take them out back because they are big dogs, big energy. And so we did. And she was out there petting our male. My husband was with them. And she's like, oh my gosh, he's so beautiful. He's so kind, da, 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 da. And her little 4-year-old boy, I was standing literally in the sliding glass door way, and the 4-year-old boy hops down off the step and launches his hand in front of our boy dog, and our boy dog bites him. He did end up getting 50 stitches. And we knew we were going to have to get rid of our dog either way, whether we rehomed him or not Humane Society, the other one would say that we'd have to euthanize him. So long story short, because of what she said to the animal control officer, that's what it was. Our dog was euthanized, and my husband got charged as a criminal with a level 1 misdemeanor. And thank you. And our homeowners insurance, we told them we'd cover everything, instructed us to get legal advisory. So we went and shopped lawyers, and you would never think that family would put you in a position that you would question other people and humanity. And so at that time, because of what our homeowners insurance said, we decided to rehome our female Corso as well. But we just surrounded, my husband and I just surrounded our family, our own personal family. We have 8 children, and that's all we cared about. We didn't do holidays with family. We didn't do Thanksgiving, Christmas, anything like that, because if my 4-year-old, 3-year-old at the time, was to share information with a 16-year-old cousin, and he shared that with an uncle, everybody that was at the lunch could be called to court. And so we just put our arms out and we're like, nope, this is our family. That's what matters. And so through that experience, I really lost hope and trust in humanity. And I lost confidence in questioning my inner knowing. And maybe I got the wrong message. Maybe we weren't supposed to have 2 Corsos. Maybe, so that is where I believe that lack of confidence just was stripped away. And I know energetically other people feel that, especially in our doTERRA world. With like doing classes in person, and I've just kind of keyed in and just done small one-on-one coffee dates here and there. And so what am I basing my worth on?
Before I go to that, let me just ask a follow-up question to this because I just want to acknowledge you, Carrie. Like that's a huge loss.
Yeah.
And I hear and I feel your question in humanity and in family
Yeah.
and relationships, and
Yeah.
I just acknowledge and sit in that with you for a moment.
Yeah.
And you know, I know that you then brought up your doTERRA business. What is there a thread in that you drew from that incidence in 2022? In what way, or is there a way that there is a thread there for you?
Yeah, it's not trusting people and not trusting their word. Like they can talk and then their actions are something else. Like my cousin was the mother of the child that got bit. And so my cousin, I love you, Carrie, turned a left corner and pivoted on me, and haven't talked to her since. Which I intentionally didn't talk to her as well for legal matters. So because of that break in relationship with her, I then question relationships in every other area of my life, and doTERRA being one of those main ones.
Right. And I'm hearing so much of the protection. You're wanting to
Yeah.
protect family. You're wanting
Yeah.
to protect. So
Yeah.
that would make sense of how you are also pulling away from others again to protect.
Yeah.
So this next question then, what are you basing your worth on?
Other people's judgment.
Mm.
Like I will hesitate to make a decision and follow through with it because I'm afraid of what other people think of me or my family. Yeah.
Where do you think that fear of judgment is coming from?
That came from, or is coming from, being a child. When I was a child, I would ask different questions, like, you know how you hold up a spoon, right? Here's an example. I wrote about this in my book. So you hold up a spoon and you can see yourself right side up, but if you flip it around, you see yourself upside down. So I remember asking my mom and my aunt, how come you see yourself this way and then you flip it around and see yourself that way? And they're like, oh my gosh, Carrie, that's so weird. Why would anybody? So it's a belief of I've been weird or I've been crazy since I was a child with decisions that I've made. Moving away from family from Las Vegas, Nevada to Colorado. I was the first kid in my family. There's only two of us, but I was the first kid to leave, you know, our native city. I chose to start homeschooling our kids. That was crazy and weird. I chose to home birth our babies. That was crazy and weird. And so, oh, it's crazy Carrie, here she goes again with something weird again. Like since I was a child is when that started.
So fascinating. And if I can share this, Carrie, I find this interesting because of what I know about you. And one of the very first times that I met you, you had dreadlocks.
I had dreadlocks.
And it was,
Yeah.
I think, her. Um, and so I know you to be someone who thinks outside the box and someone who
Yeah.
does things that you are passionate about. And so but I'm definitely hearing this inner child of questioning,
Yeah.
having that inner knowing, and then quickly questioning and doubting
Yeah.
that comes in. So you basing your worth and hearing what I heard you say is that it's the judgments of others, and having that then question, that knowing that came in,
Yep.
it becomes questioned because what are others
Yeah.
to say or think?
Yeah.
So with this next question, then, what will it take for you to be at peace with yourself?
Um,
If you don't know that, it's okay.
the
Just
first thing that comes up is feeling good in my own skin. I think there's more there though. Let me just
take the
feel
time.
that for a minute. Surrendering keeps coming to mind.
So to feel good in your skin, to surrender. What are you surrendering?
To who I'm meant to be, who God created me to be. I don't feel like I have lived up to my full potential. Um, I know there's more in me. I just don't know how to tap into it.
And just take a deep breath in with that, Carrie. And beautiful inquiry as you went in there and dug in a little bit to that. So as we're sort of as you're sitting, actually before I go into this, as you're sitting into that questioning, as you're sitting into that um, knowing that you're not in your full potential, just sit into that for just a moment. And where do you sort of notice that in your body when you're not doing how you're meant to be, when you are questioning the inner knowing that you're having because you're worried about what others think or their judgments, and you're really sitting into that, where do you feel that in your body?
In my high chest, like
Okay.
just below the collarbone area.
Okay.
And like in my back, like if you were to take your shoulder blades, like right inside the shoulder blades.
Okay. So you're feeling that there. What would you, is there a texture to it? What is it? Does it feel like something? Is it heavy? Is it light? Describe to me what that sensation is, or what that maybe looks like. Does it look like anything?
the chest is very tight, restricted. Almost like closed.
Okay.
The shoulder blades definitely resonates more on the left than the right. I would say almost like a clunky feeling.
Okay. And with both of those, the chest and that left sort of back shoulder blade area, what's the intensity level? What would you say, like on a scale of 1 to 10, starting with your chest? What's that in feeling again into that emotion? What's the intensity of that?
I would say if we're looking at 1 to 10, my chest would be about a 7. And the left shoulder blade, maybe like a 6, 6.5-ish.
Okay. One other question I feel like asking with your chest, like, and that, is there, if it could talk, is there anything it would say?
It just wants to scream. Like just a big, loud, let it out, scream and cry. To let go of frustration, and to feel freedom. There's no words
Okay.
that come to mind, but those feelings is
Amazing.
what I want to do.
Yeah, I heard a clear instruction with one of them. What about that back left spot? Anything, if it could talk, is it saying anything to you?
So I know from doing this work that the left side is your female side, and it's me yelling at my mom, why me? Why do I have to do this work? Why can't you help? Why can't you do some of this work? It's that feeling of burden.
Which is our shoulders, right? That's where we hold burdens, is on our shoulders. That makes sense. Very. All right, so do you feel like you're ready to start releasing this?
Yes, please.
Beautiful. So I want you to, we're first gonna speak this aloud. We're gonna activate speak this out. So I'm gonna have you repeat this after me, if you will.
Okay.
And we can repeat this as many times as you need to, but we'll start with this. I choose to release this, and if it feels like insecure, does it feel like insecure? Does it feel, or is there another emotion now that's kind of surfacing higher than that as we've been talking?
That still resonates pretty good.
Can
Yeah,
I add a little word onto it? Can I
sure.
say insecure and hiding?
Hiding. Yep.
Resonate with you?
Yeah.
Okay. And how would you like to refer to the divine? God, Christ, divine, is there one in particular that you connect with the most?
I
What?
prefer God.
Perfect. Okay. So I choose to release this insecurity and hiding
I choose to release this insecurity and hiding
with all of its negative attachments and hold on me.
with all of its negative attachments and hold on me.
I now hand it over to God
I now hand it over to God
for transformation and healing.
for transformation and healing.
And keeping your eyes closed one more time. I choose to release this insecurity and hiding
I choose to release this insecurity and hiding
all of its negative attachments and hold on me.
all of its negative attachments and hold on me.
I now hand it over to God
I now hand it over to God
for transformation and healing.
for transformation and healing.
Does it feel like one more time, or do you feel?
Yes,
Yeah, okay. I choose to release this insecurity
I choose to release this insecurity
with all
and
of its
hiding
perfect, great, with all of its negative attachments and hold on me.
and all of its negative attachments and hold on me.
I now hand it over to God for transformation and healing.
I now hand it over to God for transformation and healing.
That felt more powerful on in. Okay, great. Now keeping your eyes closed, Carrie, and I feel like I want you to bring in your citrus bliss. We're going to do it again after, but if you have that next to you, actually, after that phrase, I just felt that was very powerful. So go ahead and just take a few deep breaths of that citrus bliss. And now I want you to see yourself releasing that insecurity, releasing the doubt, and visualize it floating out of you and away from you, higher and higher, taking all of those attachments with it, all of those doubts. Feel yourself becoming lighter and lighter, more free as it leaves your body, as it leaves your mind, as it leaves your spirit. And see it completely taken away and dissolved by God. And now grabbing your oil again, go ahead and put a couple drops in your hand. Rub them together. Take 3 deep cleansing breaths. Allowing any other residuals to leave. Beautiful. How are you feeling? Anything you want to share in that release that came in for you?
Um, um, I heard, um, I have healed you before, and I have healed you again. And then the release of my shoulders, I felt the sensation of it moving up my neck through the back of my neck and then kind of just like out into the abyss. The second time you had, no, the first time you had me grab it and I said the affirmation declaration, I just wanted to like bathe myself in citrus bliss. Like I just saw my whole face and neck and like arms and hands just oily with citrus bliss. And yeah, I feel freer, lighter. I don't have that tightness in my chest or that tense, heavy close feeling.
What does it feel like now?
Open.
Will you rub some of that citrus bliss over your chest and heart for me?
It feels like just like open, like you know how, here's an analogy for you. You know how you can see if you're standing on a beach and you see the ocean water, but then the sky is just like forever existing, like that's how my chest feels.
Wow. So going from completely closed, heavy, shut off to infinity of expansion.
Yeah, like expansion and expanding and like free.
Wow. Beautiful.
Yeah.
And if we kind of connect back to that part in your shoulder
Mm-hmm.
there, what are you noticing there now?
Forgiveness. um Instead of me like blaming my mom and pointing my finger at my mom, it's um forgive her for she knows not what she's done. um and sensation wise, um definitely light. It almost feels like it wants to like pop. Like if I could see my chiropractor and he could just like realign it.
Right?
um
Okay.
it just popped. I'm not kidding you. It totally just popped right now.
Amazing.
Okay, that's fun and exciting.
Beautiful. Okay, so coming back to your emotion, insecure, let's look at, we did this beautiful release. Now we are moving into receive. So Carrie, you said like your heart is open, right? Like you are ready. Like this is, we now have some empty space here, perhaps. That shoulder created some space there.
Yeah.
So we want to fill this space with more now of what you do want. So
Okay.
we're going to move to this declaration, and this actually is the declaration for insecure. And I want you to
Okay.
look that over for just a moment. And are there any, before you say this out loud and we activate this new way of being within the voice, anything you would like to change or add or edit here to make it really, really ring true for you?
do I need to keep the word?
You don't need to keep anything.
Okay. So what's coming up is I am enough
Mm,
and secure in myself, but it's more like I am enough and I am secure in myself. Like that claiming that I am those two.
yes, beautiful. I'm gonna put this in and you can say if this feels like it or not, take it or leave it. Do you need to add, I am enough and secure in my inner knowing and myself? Or is it just myself?
Inner knowing. Say that one more time.
I am enough and secure in my inner knowing and in myself.
Yeah, I like that. I am enough. I gotta jot it down. And
Secure
secure in my inner knowing.
and in myself.
And self. Yeah, that feels really good.
Okay, any other pieces or are we on the money?
I think that's good.
Okay. So go ahead, you can see where that's listed right there on number 7. Do you want to just repeat that? And again, as many times as need to be repeated, go ahead and activate that through your declaration.
I am enough and secure in my inner knowing and myself. I am enough and secure in my inner knowing and self. I am enough and secure in my inner knowing and myself. I am enough. I have to open my eyes. I am enough and secure in my inner knowing and myself. I am enough and secure in my inner knowing and myself. I am enough and secure in my inner knowing and myself. I am enough and secure in my inner knowing and myself.
Cool. Go ahead and take just another couple breaths with your oil before we're going to move into this visualization. So going back to your emotion on that page, you'll have that visualize with that target icon right there. So now I'm going to have you close your eyes again. And I want you to see all of those insecurities, all of that self-doubt fall like leaves in the wind. Visualize how your feet are anchored to the earth and drawing up strength and confidence into your being. And taking your oil dropping it into your palms and taking a few more deep breaths. Draw more of that strength, more of that confidence, more of that godly confidence into yourselves. into your knowing, into your heart space. Beautiful. And now, as we sort of are in this new space, you're in this new awareness, I have to just say, even your whole being looks different. Like, you physically look different to me right now. Um, your face just has a different countenance and brightness that I'm kind of taken aback with right now. So I apologize, it's throwing me off. So as we're sort of, you're in this new space, you're in this awareness, how can you offer yourself compassion in this moment for yourself through this process?
My brain is trying to switch compassion with grace.
Great, switch it away. What does your heart say though? How can your heart offer yourself grace or compassion, being in this new awareness you're in now?
Am I thinking about, or am I looking for the word just lost my mind, sorry. Like something tangible to do to
Not there yet.
feel compassion, or no?
I feel you kind of going up here in your head.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
You can put your hand back over your heart,
Mm-hmm.
your feet on the ground, staying in that space of expansion, staying in that space of confidence. And what, just with what you've learned in this process, is there any compassion or grace that you can find for yourself?
Yeah.
Well, and what is that? Does something come to mind in particular?
I heard this is the work that you're meant to do. And extend, like going back to that visualization, extending the branches to others. And I heard not everyone is meant to do this. But I have the tools to help others. Having compassion for myself, for going through what we've been through, seeing it through to the other side. I keep seeing compassion and strength, like with a, what's it called, slash in the middle. Because of the compassion that I've been through, or the experience that I've been through, I now can have compassion for others in the same shoes.
Beautiful. And, oh, go ahead. Did feel like
God just keeps teaching me lessons. 5.5 years ago, I survived a major stroke. Robin, you know this, survived a major stroke, but ironically, the word that I had picked for that year was compassion. And I was like, I don't have compassion. Like, my kids hurt themselves. I'm like, you okay? Put some water on it, put some oils on it. You're fine. Like, brush it off. I don't have compassion because of the stroke. I was chosen, and I experienced PTSD and anxiety, and I had to learn compassion through that. And going through this whole journey with you today, compassion is coming up in, you had to go through that dog bite to have compassion. What I didn't tell you was 3 weeks ago, our 5-year-old got bit by a dog and had to get stitches. So we were on the other side of it. And so that compassion is showing up again. You have to have that compassion. I don't know why I have to go through those experiences to feel that compassion.
Well, I'm hearing beautiful, like it's this compassion is, you had, and you can extend that to others, but I also want to ask in this thread, this compassion that you're finding for yourself,
Yeah.
how can you continue this healing that you received today? How can you, what's a way in which you can continue this? Like what comes to mind for how you can continue this healing that you've experienced today? Like what comes to mind for you as medicine that you need?
Lather, rinse, repeat.
Okay, with
Like,
what does that look like?
with this tool, because somebody explained earlier that we're, like an onion, we have to keep peeling back the layers.
Beautiful. Okay, so you want to go through this process. Is there even something that's like a beautiful awareness of that? Is there anything that you want to do within that to again extend? I'm looking for more of like this self nurturing to extend that self compassion even further. Or does it could just be this rinse, lather, repeat of the breakthrough process? Are there any other steps that you want to add at the end of that, or perhaps before that, to show love for yourself?
I think journaling might be something.
Okay.
Because I love to journal, and oftentimes I'll go back through my notebooks and be able to find the lessons and again reflect and then have compassion. And so
Beautiful. Okay.
this experience I'd like to kind of lock in that way.
Great. Okay, so journal. And then again, moving forward, so now in your next steps, and now kind of when we kind of take out some of the cobwebs and we tend to have more clarity on just next steps in our life that we now have some space and capacity for, or
Yeah.
just a new awareness of what we need to do. Is there something that sort of surfaces for you right now as to what your next step is?
Um, continuing to look for forgiveness.
Okay.
And
would that-
extend,
What would that look like? Intangible 3D. What would looking for forgiveness look like?
I think going back to journaling and going through significant scenarios or experiences in my life, and finding where I can forgive myself or the other person or people.
Okay.
Um,
And is that something that is done weekly for you, monthly, daily? What is that? What does the rhythm of that feel like for you?
probably 2 to 3 days a week. I journal pretty heavily. Um, that sounds reasonable for my schedule in my life. But something that keeps coming to mind too is extending gratitude. Um,
That part of your journaling, or is that something?
that would be like, hypothetically, something happened with somebody. I came to a point in journaling where I could forgive myself and or that person, and just sending them maybe like a note card, like, hey, I just wanted to say I was thinking of you and I'm super grateful that you're in my life.
Wow,
Yeah.
powerful.
That brings tears to my eyes. So I know that
Wow,
that's truth
yeah,
also.
I have chills up and down my body. That's
Yeah.
great. Okay, so anything that you could see getting in the way of you being able to journal and offer those notes of gratitude, anything that you could see getting in your way of that?
Um, I could say distractions,
Okay,
by not setting aside that alone time, that private time.
okay. Yeah, you're a mom of 8. I get that. Distract
Yeah.
bound and
Yeah.
business on top of that. So when that happens, when distractions come in the way and that alone time seems to be getting threatened, what will you do?
Um, I just got like super strong and like defensive and protective. Um, set clear boundaries with specifically the children.
Okay.
And I just lost it. Where did it go? Um, make sure that that time is dedicated.
You,
Yeah, setting boundaries. Yeah, setting boundaries. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
is there a certain time that you feel you need to like state or set aside?
Yeah. Yeah, it'll probably be, generally the afternoon. Um, just like with this call, I'm not sure if you heard earlier when my little ones was knocking and I'm like, ah, stop, go away. But I can tell them, hey, from 1 to 2, because they're old enough to tell time now. From 1 to 2, mommy's in my room. Do not bug me, right?
A little sign. This is what I do is I get a little sign and I put it on my door. You probably have one. Yeah.
We do, and I forgot to put it up, which is why I got the knock.
Perfect. Great.
Yeah.
Hey, so great. So afternoon, you're going to set those clear boundaries ahead of time. I want to ask you, is there anything else that could help be the protector of that piece for you during that time? Anything else with your husband, can he help get that time? Like, are there anything else that you could see that could help buoy and protect that space in that important time for you?
Um, yes, Keith, my husband, and or my middle teenager, Render, she's 14 and she's super respectful and responsible when I ask her, hey, I need you to take the kids for this amount of time. So both of them, I know, have my back
Perfect.
200%.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. So with all of this, and as we're kind of gathering all of these pieces, everything in this process, I want you to just place a hand over your heart, and I want you to acknowledge yourself in showing up for this, and ask yourself what has been the most powerful learning for you in this process.
What's coming to mind is, and I know that we've shared it throughout the week, is putting myself first, healing myself first, kind of like filling your cup so you can fill others' cups, other cups.
Beautiful.
And feeling confident that I can do this myself.
Mm. And what would it feel like to give to others from an overfilled cup? Wonder what that would feel like. So again, just if you can just, as we end this, and if you want to silently or out loud, acknowledge and thank yourself, Carrie, for showing up for yourself, showing up fully for this process. For your little girl showing up as well. Just acknowledge and thank them. And I want to thank you. And I know the whole audience wants to thank you. It's, this was a little bit of a longer process than normal, but I think it was because collectively you were rocky for a lot of people. I have no doubt. I wasn't watching the chat because I wanted to stay focused.
Yeah.
But I have no doubt that so many people resonated with your story and this process. So thank you for showing up, Carrie. We honor you. And it was an honor to witness you and to witness your breakthrough. I mean, your whole countenance is just so different and so changed. It was beautiful to watch and witness that. So thank you for showing up.
Thank you. Thank you so much for facilitating and leading me through it. It's amazing.
It's a gift. Can you all feel the power of this process? And I'm so grateful, Carrie, that you were prepared, and Robin, you could facilitate to bring this forward. And I hope that each of you claimed the breakthrough for you in this process. There were lots of questions in the chat about, like, do you go all the way to the end? And I want to just remind you, we talked yesterday about if you run out of time, and you need to condense. There's two parts that are essential, and one is getting that plant medicine rolling, right? So finding that citrus bliss, we identified the emotion, we found the citrus bliss, we got that plant medicine rolling, and then the release. And so if something happens and interrupts your process, you make sure you get to that part, and then the next homework. But you can see with Carrie's process how critical some of those end pieces were to fill up the space after we released it. She has new goodness to fill up that space, new strategy to move forward with.
Yes. And, she knows this, you all know this. This isn't like she's going to continue this work for, at least the next 2 weeks. We heard from Dr. Danielle how important that is to continue to have that plant medicine working in the body. And if she continues to do those declarations, those visualizations of calling in what she does want, and that anchoring, this is where that science comes in. This is where she's going to not only get the physiological effects, but the spiritual, those energetic effects as well. So thank you
Sounds
again.
like 2 weeks of citrus bliss baths.
Yes.
Right? Like you were visualizing. I love that.
Yeah.
So pull it in, bring it in. Thank you, Carrie.
Thank you guys so much. It's such a gift, and I was honored to be picked. I was like, me. I was like, oh wait, maybe I put my name in too soon, but apparently not. And I'm super grateful.
You were just right. Thank you so much for standing in that space for each of us. And now we're going to close today. We have a special gift for you. My dear friend, Jo Tholstrom, she's a new friend. She's trained in yoga, primal vinyasa, breath work, and she's a female embodiment coach. But she brings all this together because she has an understanding of essential emotions and the power of these oils to just create an incredible process. We've been hanging out every Thursday morning, and we broadcast that from Essential Emotions if you want to join us. But we wanted to bring Jo on to have her share just a little bit of the power she's experienced for a couple minutes and just do a heart clearing for each of us as we wrap today.
Beautiful.
Jo.
Take it away, Jo. I think she's up there. She just needs to unmute, and there we go.
All right. I'm a little new to the Zoom. Oh, so beautiful. I am just still sitting here and basking and honoring you, Carrie, and really just feeling so much release myself. And I just want to take a moment for us to truly just be in our bodies. I think the most beautiful part about plant medicine is that it gets us out of our head and into our body, where the emotion is stored, where the emotions live. And so if we can do anything with this work and with this coaching program to just continue to keep it in the body. And one of the ways we can do that is through movement. And like Natalie was saying, I get to offer movement every Thursday at her house in this way to process and feel and welcome our pain, welcome our unprocessed emotions, and release them through oil and through somatic movement. So one of the ways that I've been doing this in my life, just to speak really personally about this, is, and you can do it so quickly. This process took us an hour today, and it needed every minute of that hour. And loved watching you, Robin. Like, I'm just tearing up, just getting to witness what happened here today. It's hard for me to just move into myself right now because what we just witnessed was so profound. And it's a little tricky, just like, whew, okay, we're going to move into this now. So just wanted to honor you, Robin, in the way you held space, your questions, your witnessing. And for each of us coaches, we can trust that the answers are in the other person. That's what we witnessed here today, is that Carrie, everything was in her body. The wisdom is in her own body. The wisdom is her own knowing. We can trust the medicine of the plants. And in that can give us a lot of confidence to take the pressure off of us as coaches and know that all the answers are inside of them. All the wisdom is inside of their body. How's that feel? How does that feel? To be like, it's not about me. No, it never was about me. And so maybe just take that with you. So let's go back to you now, shall we? And as we clear out, as Carrie was proxy for all of us, even me, I learned so much about my own insecurity this morning, and I would like to clear some of it out of my own body and take this one step further and inviting you into your own practice to use movement to do that. And you can come up with your own movements, right? We just talk to the emotion and we just ask the emotion, how would it move? How does this emotion feel? What would this emotion need? So how about we just begin? Rather than you telling me about my personal process, I'm going to take it through you with you. So I invite each of you now to shut down your eyes and take one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Okay? Oh, shut it all down, baby girl. Shut it all down. In through the nose, out through the mouth.
Like dolphins.
And in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just notice what is here now. Notice what you're feeling. Notice where the tension is in your body, if there is any. And just tending to that. Giving it space to be here. Asking yourself what is asking to be felt. And maybe a rocking movement would help. Just beginning to rock yourself back and forth
Dolphins.
as you be with it. And now opening up your arms to open up the body to this sensation, give it space. Yeah, there you go. Open your heart literally, physically, to what has been processed today. The next layer, that's what it's all about, is just opening to the next layer. If the pain was deep, you may have to return to it many, many times. And just that permission to return to it over and over. What's left, what's asking to be felt. Now bringing your elbows in and out in this way to clear it. In and out. You're welcome to open up your eyes now so that you can see me. There you go. And bring your breath. This movement, it starts from the heart. It's activated from the heart. And if you had some rose oil, this divine, powerful, profound oil of the rose, I use it all the time for this movement, just to clear it. You can go faster. I often love to do this to music. And then another powerful way you can clear the emotion is to use sound. So many of us are insecure because we can't and we won't use our own voice. We withhold our own voice. So you can add a ha, 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 and you get fierce with it. Ha, you give yourself permission to be heard, to be seen. Ha, and just keep taking it as long as it takes. As long as it takes. And now opening up your arms again, eyes open or eyes closed. Keep your arms open and let it get heavy. So much of this work happens in the discomfort. You don't want to feel it. Your brain wants to go back to what's familiar. And even if it's familiar, it's hurting you. Hold that weight. Be here in the discomfort of it as you reclaim and retrain your body and your mind and your heart. It's safe to love this too.
I will be king.
It's safe. It's safe to be insecure.
And you
Okay?
will be queen.
Putting your hands back on your body now. And let the emotion come. Let the emotion clear it if it wants to. If you want to smile, smile. If you want to weep and shake, shake.
Just for one day.
Breathing now into your hands.
How
Taking
can
any
I
movement that would
just
help. Maybe it's a shake of the hands. Maybe it's a tap of the
for
chest.
one day.
But go in. All right? It turns out the way out is in. All right? There you go. There you go. Tap it out.
How can we
Put your hands on the top of your head and reclaim, as Carrie did, as we all did, I am. I want you to say it out loud.
standing by
There's no more withholding your voice. I am. I'm confident.
and the guns
I am kind. I am loved. And in the deep of your eyes, I am. I am. And tell yourself what you would have needed to hear in 2022. And then under the eyes. Under the eyes. Keep them closed. Go inside. Tap into your inner knowing. Under the nose. Under the mouth. You go. As you tap on the heart in this way, you can crack it open. Permission to feel. Permission to feel what wasn't felt. And one more time, top of the head. I am. Reclaim it. I am.
Just for one day.
Declare it. Around the eyes. Breathe in deep into your feet and ground. Ground. I am. Friends don't lie. Oh, thank you so much for having me. You're welcome then to breathe into your oils again and just bask in this love. And the last thing that I would like to offer is that pivot point of forgiveness that often is the part that we feel the release, is for you to tell yourself right now with both hands on your heart, with your eyes closed, I'm so sorry. Say it out loud. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. And thank you. And you can repeat that prayer as many times as you need. Because it turns out there was a piece where we need to forgive ourselves. We need to offer that to the time I betrayed myself, when I didn't trust myself, when I doubted myself, when the insecurity happened because I was looking outside of myself for someone else to love me. And so as you offer yourself that prayer today in closing, I'm so sorry, Joe. I'm so sorry, Carrie. I'm so sorry, Robin. I'm so sorry, Natalie. You say it to yourself. Oh, and then you get to witness the part where you were the barrier to the love. You get that accountability piece where you block the love, as Rumi says, right? What did he say? The task is not to seek for love, but to seek and find the barrier, the block that you built against it. There's no more blame. And if there's no more blame, there's no more shame. and those wicked, heavier, yucky emotions can no longer live in you as you return to the love that always lives in you. All right, my new friends, thank you.
Thank you so much, Joe. What a powerful experience. We are ready to take this forward. We are ready to move in. Can we give away these gifts of this coaching certification to a couple of you? We're so grateful for this process. We're so grateful for you being here this whole week and what it's created, the space that it's created, the energy, the movement that it's enhanced. Incredible, incredible.
Yeah. And in the thread of Joe just bringing us back to that grace and forgiveness and gratitude for yourself, just like I want you to extend that gratitude for showing up this week. Guys, holy cow, what a beautiful gift for yourself. And we are just honored that we have been able to share what we are so passionate about with you. And we are joyful in those that are choosing to lock arms with us and continue this forward. So with that, we actually have Andrea here, who is going to kind of explain how she has drawn this up so you know that it's fair. Natalie and I have no idea how it was chosen. We put that to Andrea so it would be a total third party to randomly choose, and she went through, well, I'll just let her explain her process of going through that.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Oh,
Can I also just say, sorry, I have to
Yeah.
give a shout out to Andrea, and if we could give her some love in the chat, because truly this challenge would not be what it was without her. She has been behind all of the connectors and the challenge participants, making sure you guys have the information. She's putting it on the Facebook group. She's getting the emails out there. She has really been such a pivotal piece with this, along with Sharon Miller, who's also on here. Sharon, if you want to just pop in and say hi, you can, but that's this typical that they are behind the scenes, but they are doing so much to make this work. And this took a whole city, not a village. It felt like to get this monumental thing off the ground, and with so many of you here. So thank you for helping me extend that gratitude to her. So, and to Sharon. Sharon, thank you so much for all of your help. So Andrea.
Okay, thank you. Wow, thanks for making me tear up a little bit before I have to. No, thank you all. I appreciate it. I have enjoyed connecting with each and every one of you, and I'm sure you'll be hearing more from me. Okay, all right. So everyone who completed their homework, everyone who's on live, and our friends who are observing Shabbat who emailed me, they've all gone in to a random name picker, and I have randomly selected the names. Okay, so this is like as official as I can get. All right, so the first winner of who gets a full scholarship to the Essential Emotions coaching course.
Drum roll.
Drum roll, and I apologize if I slaughter your name. The first winner is Tanya Wass.
Tanya Wass. Let's
Yeah.
put her name in the chat.
If you are here, I'm not sure if Sharon is able to bring her on
Oh, I
screen.
see TANJAWOS, right?
Yeah, that's our winner.
There she is. Tanya, if you want to just unmute yourself really quick and just pop in and say hi, we'd love to see you and offer you this.
Hello.
Beautiful. Congratulations.
Thank you. Wow, that's such an honor.
So we will just make sure to grab all your information and get you your full scholarship into the program. Anything you want to say or end with?
Thank you so much. And yeah, hello from Austria.
Hello from Austria. Thank you. Thank you so much, Tanya. And yeah,
We're
congratulations.
so
Thank you.
excited for you to become an essential emotions coach. We're so excited for all of you to take what we've learned here. And Tanya, we're sure this is going to make a big difference for you.
Oh
And
yeah. I'm speechless. So yeah, thank you.
You're good. Thanks again, Tanya. All
All
right,
right.
let's go to number 2.
All right, I love it. Okay, number 2. And again, hopefully I'm saying this right. I really honor that. Okay, Marina Rotila or Rotila. Marina, are you here? Congratulations.
Rena, if you're here, there she is.
Goes.
Oh, she doesn't have her camera, but we can hear you, Marie. Oh, there she is. Hello. Oh, she's crying.
Hello,
where are you, Marina?
from Romania.
Romania.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much.
You're so welcome. We're excited to have you in this program.
Me too.
I hope Marina can feel how seen she is and how known she is. And I hope each of you can take that. Because the reality is each of you have been given everything you need to live your purpose here. And this week we have just been honored to bring some of those pieces forward for you. We're so happy that you can receive this.
Thank you,
Thank you
Marie.
very much.
Thank you.
My English is not very well, but I'm very, I'm in gratitude for all this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you for showing up.
Thank you.
Okay, so with that, we have our scholarship winners, and we just want to end this challenge this week in our own gratitude. We have just been blown away by all of you and have felt your desire, have felt your engagement. We just know you get it. Like, you get us. You get this. You see the importance of this work. And it has been a true honor to share my gifts, my strengths, my love for you in sharing this message. And my prayer is that regardless of if you choose to join us in the coaching program, that you just take what you have learned this week and you teach at least one other person, that you witness one other person. And I will feel complete and whole knowing that if just each of you did that, my job has been done. And that these ripple effects can continue to go out and out.
Absolutely, Robin. So well said. Whether you live this process and you just bring it into your world and you begin this work and the lather, rinse, repeat of coming back to this work, whether you just take the breakthrough worksheet and you implement some of the understanding that we've come to this week, that will be the greatest win. That's amazing. If you choose to add on to that and share the breakthrough worksheet or some of what you've learned this week with others, that ripple will continue. It will be even more powerful. And if you choose to go with us as a coach, we look forward to seeing those ripples just grow and grow. We are known. There are so many other people, like-minded people. I hope you felt that this week, that are feeling called, that are showing up as we do the work, more and more light. We have these amazing bottles of liquid light. And as we let go of darkness and heaviness and just claim more light, that is just going to grow and grow and grow and multiply. And it's changing the face of your life, each of our worlds and our communities, and then in our countries, and then our planet. We are part of that. And this movement is going to go on, and you choose exactly how you want to participate in it. We're so grateful for you, your unique gifts, your divine purpose. We're so grateful for you showing up, and we can't wait to see where you're going to take this. So much love and gratitude.
Thank you all. We love you. And we're popping into the Facebook group to answer your questions about the coaching program. So we're going to stop this webinar and I'm going to pop into there in just a few minutes. So any questions you have there, you can join us in the Facebook group. Love you.